This is actually pretty cool. So what you're looking at here is a radio flashlight as well as a hand generator, antenna, a power source if your battery goes low with a type C, an audio jack, and a regular or standard USB. The unit has a rechargeable battery underneath, which is what is getting charged right now. If you look at the interface here, because I'm exposed to sunlight, this is showing that it is charging. Displays on the LCD screen, it displays the time and other information if you actually turn it on. So let's go ahead and turn it on. Here's the volume level. So I can't play too much music because the video will get hit for having music on here. But it actually allows you to control the volume pretty loud. This is a really loud speaker. You can control channels if you want to go AM, FM, and some in-betweens. You have other options there. You can scan or go between channels with this as well. So when I'm on FM, if I want to skip through channels and find the weather, which I did actually use this. Minnesota had some really harsh storms recently. That was pretty cool. You have a next button there. So pretty normal radio controls on this side, and the interface is going to be a readout on this screen. It tells you a lot, and it's very easy to read. They chose a good text for that. The speaker itself is incredibly loud when you use the emergency function. So this does have an emergency function by holding down on the flashlight, and actually it is so loud that I'm not going to press it right here on camera because I will probably annoy my neighbors, and I think it would wake up my kid who is sleeping. So it's a very, very effective speaker. It gets very loud. The audio quality is reasonably good. Actually, the little antenna does seem to do the trick, and I'm a little bit out of range for a radio signal in a lot of places. We're just far enough away from any metropolitan areas that it's just a little bit tricky to get in a clear signal most of the time. This didn't seem to struggle at all. It does have a lanyard loop on the back, if you can see right there. So you could put a lanyard through there if you need to strap it to something. I found it charged really, really quite fast on the Type C. I also left it charging in the sun one day after draining the battery down quite a bit, and I would say this solar panel is very effective. It looks like a nice, clean, high efficiency, modern solar panel. So it's going to do a really good job from what I could tell so far. When you first get your product, one thing to remember is that this battery underneath has a slip in between the battery cell and the spring. So for the connectivity, you need to take out the little slip that's in there. It's just to make sure that it doesn't have any electrical issues, and I think it allows them to ship if it has the slip in there. So take that out before you start charging it. Otherwise, it's just not going to work for you. It'll come with a minimal charge from the factory. You do have a flashlight option, and so on the front, you can see it. Even in daylight, you can actually tell how bright this is. It's a very effective flashlight. Then moving down, you have another grid with more LEDs. Depends what kind of area you're trying to illuminate or what you're trying to do. And that's going to be your options. It's 1, 2, and then again, if you actually hold down on the button, you can either turn off your light. If you held down a little bit longer, like another second, it'll turn on that alarm sound, which is really, really loud. These are super useful for when you're out boating, you're camping, backpacking. This is actually something I will 100% for sure be bringing with me backpacking because I think it's so effective. And when storms come on, you might have a squall come on when you're kind of far away from other things, but I can still manage to get a radio signal in some of the places that I go to. And it's nice to have something that can do lights. It can recharge my phone. I can actually, if I don't want to bother other people, I can plug in a pair of headphones. I can get some decent audio out of this, and then it's rechargeable so that I don't have to worry about that. Now, if there's not a lot of sun, like today is a little bit cloudy, if there's not a lot of sun, I do like the fact that they give you the additional option for the hand generator. The hand generator is effective, and it's enough to get some signal and audio out of that radio station, enough to do what you need to for a light. And that's one thing that I can't say enough about. These kind of units are very, very high efficiency nowadays. They're very practical, and I think everybody should have one in their survival kit, in their boat, probably just in your vehicle, to be honest with you, or in your backpack, your bug out bag. I think they're very, very versatile. They're well thought out, and they're getting better and better every year, so I can highly recommend it.